The god, Tsukiyomi, transports Misumi Makoto to another world to become a hero. The other world's goddess deems Makoto too ugly and banishes him to the wasteland, infested with non-humans and monsters, giving him only the ability to understand all languages. Tsukiyomi intervenes, explaining in Japan, Makoto's abilities were restricted by modern life, but in the new world, he's quite powerful and free to do whatever he pleases. After 3 days of traveling the wasteland, Makoto saves a young orc named Emma from a two-headed wolf monster which he kills, revealing his newly found strength. Makoto learns to study magic after she takes him to her village. Makoto makes the decision to destroy Shen, a massive dragon who creates illusions using fog. Shen locks Makoto in an illusion of a joyful memory, but after looking through his other memories, he's drawn to the recollections of Japan. Makoto breaks the illusion and is taken aback when she offers to become a familiar on the condition that he signs a contract with him. Shen transforms into a busty samurai girl, looking forward to what Makoto will do in the future. She teleports Makoto to the alternate universe where she regularly resides, although it now looks like the countryside in Japan. Makoto tells the orcs that he beat Shen, who invites them to reside in their dimension, which is now suitable for farming. Shen continues to watch Makoto's memories on the television, but she demands that they figure out how to make a television on which she can keep his memories. Tsukiyomi told Makoto that his parents were born on this planet before going to Japan, so he chooses to learn more about them. She enters with an injured dog, revealing that the dimension is under siege by a spider known as Black Disaster, who is cursed with unending hunger and devours everything. Makoto manages to obliterate the spider completely, but the creature regenerates and Makoto collapses. She tries to interfere, but the spider declares that the extreme brutality has satisfied its masochist desire and she wants to remain with Makoto indefinitely. Despite Makoto's unconsciousness, Shen advises that the spider create a contract with Makoto to attain a human shape, and she agrees to Shen executing the ceremony. When Makoto wakes up, he discovers he has a new similarly buzzed female servant who gives him the creeps. Makoto renames Shen to Mo and names the spider Mio in response to Shen's plea for a personal name. Makoto realizes that Tomo and Mio went recruiting while he was at Comatose, and his hamlet is now filled by orcs, dwarves, mist lizards, and humanoid spiders. When Makoto returns to the real world, he encounters a human settlement which attacks him. Makoto's magical aura is so intense to Mio continues that humanity mistook him for a dark lord. Makoto studies the human language for months and she has the dwarves create things to block his aura. They enter the human settlement under the guise of merchants and enroll while adventurers guide Tomo and Mio set records by being 4 times as powerful as the next strongest adventurer. Whereas Makoto rates level weaker than a toddler due to the suppressed aura, Tomo hears that a dragon she knew Lancer was killed by Sophie, Bulja, an adventurer. Makoto notes that commodity prices are unusually high and that people have started to follow them. Tomoe prepares to defend their wagon against the night attack. A young girl approaches Makoto and Mio while they are out shopping. Rinan says that her sister Toa has vanished, and Makoto deduces from the thief's recollections that the organization is holding their captive. So Mio and Tomo are dispatched to rescue her. Makoto is concerned that Toa looks like a girl he knew in Japan named Hasegawa Toa, and her captor Mills is the current strongest adventurer, are located by Mio and Tomo Mills. The thief's secret commander explains that a demon lord has recently approached the city and has a bounty on his head. Unaware that the demon lord is Makoto, Renon slips away and informs the robbers that Makoto's wagon was located with valuable fruit, but that they had already sold it to the Crocs, demanded that she steal Makoto's gold in order to settle Toa's obligations. Renan thinks that he can't steal from him. Mio and Mo complete to see who can overcome the most opponents by defeating Mills, his thieves, and destroying a portion of the city. Tomo tampers with everyone's memory, making the world believe Zetsue was destroyed by the monster horde. Renan meets Toa, who is nearly identical to Hasegawa except for her hair color. Makoto congratulates Mio and Tomo on their successful rescue of Toa, but sends them back to the wasteland to repent for killing the entire human settlement. Makoto must re-register in Siege, the next nearest town after Zetsuya's guild was destroyed. While Makoto journey to Siege with other adventurers, he fools Tomo into training alone in the forest. Toa gathers important components from various creatures including rare ruby eye, which Mio and Makoto destroy. Adventurer Luisa, the 11 archer, Hazel, the human alchemist, and Renina, the dwarf priest knight, celebrate their re-registration in Siege. Makoto decides to settle the ruby eyes to the Rembrandt Trading Company, but Loa warns him that the Rembrandt Trading Company has a nasty reputation. Emma reports on their progress when he returns to his village. The humanoid spiders are setting in the mountains, the dwarves are erecting structures, the mist lizards are cleaning farms, and the orcs are building Makoto a castle. Makoto is concerned since Tomoe has been missing for a long time. The dwarves give Makoto a merchant's attire to help him hide his aura even more, but his magic is too strong and the outfit is destroyed. Makoto realizes that magical materials grown on the demi-plane are more powerful than those developed on Earth. Makoto visits Brandy with the ruby eyes, finds the management tough to deal with. Patrick Reborn, the manager, is dismissive until he sees the ruby eyes apologizes. He excitedly tells that the eyes make ambrosia a cure for his witch-cursed wife and daughters. Makoto goes to register as a merchant and breezes through the written exam, which is simple middle school math. The second test requires him to collect 4 deadly objects, but he uses a rule that allows him to substitute items of equivalent value and replace the ruby ants. Makoto returns to the demi-plane where he wants to set up a hidden portal to deceive traveling merchants into thinking the demi-plane is a hidden city where they can trade for demi-plane items and then return home, creating a market for demi-plane goods. Mio has become addicted with his memories of anime and children cartoons. Makoto realizes that when he locates to Mo and Mio, with Makoto opts to sleep alone rather than choose one of them too. Mo and Mio become perplexed and decide to devise a seduction strategy. Makoto asks Hazel to assist him in brewing the ambrosia and Hazel accepts. When one adventurer notices Makoto, he decides to assemble as many adventurers as possible to stop Patrick from doing whatever it is he's doing. With Makoto, Patrick has the witch doctor who cursed his family assassinated in secret. The ambrosia is brewed by Hazel. Makoto is able to control Patrick's wife Lisa, and Patrick is able to give the ambrosia effectively. They also use this product to treat Patrick's daughter. Makoto returns to Tom and Mio, but the adventure Lime lad has his countless aliens assault them. Lime claims that he only wanted a sleeping curse placed on Lisa and her daughters as retaliation for Patrick preventing adventurers who displeased him from finding work, many of whom later died on quests too dangerous for them to handle, and he has no idea why the witch doctor actually cursed them into monsters. After defeating all enemies, Lime apologizes to Patrick, who agrees to let him live, and Slime ends his life. Tomoe offers Lima katana fashioned by the dwarves and recruits him to spy for her. After seeing in Lime's memories that he returns his wages to an orphanage where he grew up. Meanwhile, despite his thanks to Makoto, Patrick mulls over how to respond to Makoto's decision to launch a competing trade farm. The warriors in Makoto's tribe are despondent after trading, and Makoto discovers that it is his fault since he fully overwhelms them during training, causing them to lose their self-confidence. He also recognizes that different species do not train together, therefore he organizes weekly competitions to encourage them to improve themselves and each other. Makoto, Mio, and Tomo re-register as explorers and are tasked with training a replacement for Lime. Lad Toa is Makoto's choice through Tomoe is concerned since Tomo looks like the girl from Japan and she fears Makoto regrets his former life. Tomoe puts To and her team through a rigorous training regime before putting their new skill to the test by commanding them to a battle. A nest of ape monsters demonstrating that they are the most capable adventuring team. Makoto makes the decision to acquire ambrosia blossom, which are the flowers that the ruby ants eat and which makes their eyes valuable. He also decides to rent a shop space from Patrick, who realizes Makoto wants to rent rather than buy because buying would bring the Seagate Kingdom's attention to him, which Makoto does not want to do. Patrick agrees to find Makoto a business in a neutral city that is not affiliated with any kingdom. Makoto's training enterprise is open and the village throws a party to celebrate. They have discovered ambrosia blossoms in the outside world, but they have opted not to pick any because they are guarded by elves. During Arki practice, Mio and Tomo notice Makoto dying frequently. When Makoto clears his thoughts to focus on the objective, Tomoe deduces that he unintentionally merges with surroundings and dies for a split second, giving to Mio and Mio the impression that he has committed suicide. As a result, his mana has risen to the level of a god. If this continues, the goddess who excited him from the wasteland will regard him as a competitor and attempt to murder him. When Makoto returns to the human realm and is accosted by a prostitute, the enraged Mio and Tomo take him away. Makoto becomes terrified and flees via a portal. More powerful, modest, oppressing equipment is manufactured by the dwarves. Makoto invites Mio to help him renegotiate with the elves after she apologizes for her. and Tomo's behavior other adventurers, one of whom is the prostitute, also emerge to steal the flower, prompting the elves to take Neil, Gesturi and other seniors are introduced to Makoto. Adono Nil, Gostri's son, is enraged that the forest barrier is eroding. Makoto encounters Aria's master Mondo, a formidable warrior. Mio fears that Mondo is possessed and overhears Adano and his unknown person having a telepathic chat about demons later. A spirited escapes Mondo's body and consumes Adano's existence, murdering him for mingling with demons. Makoto recognizes the creature as a leech and captures it. The leech says that he has become a leech by accident while attempting to become a Grant, a human who, like a god, can freely roam between different universes. Tomoe admits that he has it backward. Grants aren't human who can travel. Instead, they are ordinary people who happen to travel and thus acquire the title of Grant. The leech gladly accepts Lemon's offer to create a contract with Makoto and educating him about magic, realizing that he has invested his entire life for an unachievable objective, forming a pact. Transform the leech from a skeleton into a handsome young man. Tomoe is knocked out by supernatural explosion in the village. Makoto and Leech have the ability to heal those who have been hurt. Makoto realizes that the explosion blew the portal to the outside world wide open. Examining the prostitute, Makoto's memory fragment reveals that she and her comrade attempted to steal magical goods and were guards intervened. One of the Makoto's magic rings detonated, killing Tomoe's child fragment as well as an orc. Makoto pursues the prostitute and murders her mercilessly in retaliation after the funeral. Makoto learns from Leech that now known as Shiki has been able to see the prostitute's memories. Since memories viewing is one of Tomoe's abilities, Makoto orders the construction of barriers to keep any adventurers who come to the dummy plate to trade far away from the community. Makoto pays a visit to Patrick, who has set up Makoto's shop in Rostegard Academy, a neutral town. Makoto wishes to visit the academy in order to gain a better understanding of the world, the goddess, the humanity. He just takes Shiki with him as he may be gone for a long time, and he offers Mio and Tomoe some more memories as gifts. As they prepare to transfer the goddess spots, Makoto and intervenes with his teleportation, sending him to a distant battlefield where two of his fingers are severed by demon soldiers. They say that they have joined the demon army in order to wipe humans from the face of the earth. Makoto destroys Ophia's legendary sword by removing all of his mana, suppressing equipment and overwhelming Mitsurugi with his magic. Makoto teleports away, leaving Mitsurugi and Sophia alive and vowing vengeance. Patrick learns that a great mage destroyed the demon army, but he has no idea that it was Makoto. Shiki feels the goddess used Makoto to annihilate the army and is keeping an eye on them. Tomoe discloses that she used Makoto's mana from the discarded ring to create another fragment named Kamoe, and Mio is enraged when Kamoe refers to Makoto as Papa. Makoto finally establishes a shop, which is an instant success, and discovers that the demon and human armies dealt tremendous damage to each other after he teleported away, as well as the participation of two more goddess summoned heroes in that war. Make sure to like this video and share this video as much as you can, and also subscribe this channel pressing the bell icon, and we will meet in the very next video. Till then, goodbye, see you and sayonara.